Hello, everyone. I'm delighted to see you all here on our UI/UX webinar from Beetroot Academy. My name is Varvara, and I'm PR manager of Beetroot Academy. Today, I will be moderating this meeting, this webinar, and our main speaker is Alex. He will tell you more about the about how it is to be a UI/UX designer. What skills do you need? What challenges will you face? First of all, I want to ask you to drop something in our live chat. It will be working through the whole webinar. You can just say something if you hear and see as well. And I will start with a few words about Beetroot Academy, about who we are, how do we teach. Well, Beetroot Academy is a Ukrainian-Swedish tech school. We work since 2014, and our mission is to help people to build a great career in tech. Since then, since 2014, we have trained almost 7,000 people, and our students are both people who just graduated universities or even schools, and they're just at the beginning of their professional career. And we also teach people who have a wide experience in some other fields, but they decided to change something and to start their career from scratch in tech. We call them switchers. And also we teach tech industry professionals who come to us to gain some new skills, to improve their career, or to start to move it in other direction. So we believe that in 21st century, everyone deserves an access to high quality education, work online, and 65% of our graduates are outside the top tech hubs. So it proves again that everything you need to start your career is a laptop, a stable internet connection, and your desire. About UI/UX design course, the next group starts on August 29. It will take you 4 months to get this profession, to start work in this field. And we use flipped classroom model. It means that you have to learn that you have all materials, all the theory to learn it at home at any convenient time. And in class with our teachers, you just focus on practice and you don't waste time on reading something or watching something, some videos. You're just gaining your practical skills. Now, Alex will discover the profession of UI/UX designer to you. Welcome.
Hi guys, hi everyone. Let me share my screen and start. Share screen. Hope you can see it. So my story. Let's talk about a little bit about me. So my name is Alex. I'm from Ukraine. Now I'm in Kyiv. What else? So I have over 5 years of experience in this field in UX design. Now I'm working in Adobe technology. So this is company where we create eye tracking, so we create software for scientists and researchers to understand the human behavior. Also, we help UX designers to analyze websites, applications, and so you name it, you can use this technology for anything. I also am instructor in Beetroot Academy. I take part in startups like Filmocracy. You can read all information in LinkedIn, or you can go to and find me on Behance. So there you can find all my works that I work. And I'm really glad to have you here, guys. And I hope for your feedback for your questions when we finish the lecture part. And let's get...
Sorry for interrupting. I see in live chat that someone writes that he cannot see the screen clearly. Is it possible to make it like bigger a little bit, or maybe full screen mode?
Yes, it's almost full screen mode. What about now?
Oh, it's better. Yeah. Yes. Yes.
Okay. So let's get started. So I want to start with the word that UX design is everywhere. So design is arguably the defining human endeavor that separates us from all other species. So we can notice. So take a look around you right now, and you'll notice that everything has been designed. From your sleep to how you eat to how you communicate, everything around you has been designed by someone. In other words, user experience design is everywhere, from how you interact with your smartphone to how your home is designed. And here you can see that to create this kitchen, I think you need to think about a lot about user experience, about the chair, the distance between table and everything. So it makes the feel of luxury, plus it's very convenient to cook something in this place. And also this image, you can see that we need technology to communicate, we need user experience and understand how to communicate with technology that we have right now with tablets, phone, and in future, it definitely we will communicate with artificial intelligence, robots, and keyboards. So this is a big field where we can study and learn. Next one. So what is UI and UX design? UI refers to the screen, button, toggle icon, and other visual elements that you interact with when using website, apps, or other electronic device. So this
Sorry.
one,
Yeah, can you move it a little bit more to the left? Yeah, thanks.
No problem. And UX refers to the entire interaction you have with a product, including how you feel about the interaction. So at the right, we can see some job that you should to do. Some, for example, UX designer responsible for competitor analysis, customer analysis and user research, product structure and strategy, content development, prototyping and wireframe, testing and interaction, coordination with the UX UI designers, coordination with developers. This is a big part of, and analyzing the analysis and interaction. When a UI designer should understand the whole process of UX, because UI design can't live without UX. So UX, it's a fundament, and UI, this is a part of UX design. So but now in the market, we can see that somewhere demand for only UI design, but it can lose. So you can be only UI design, because UI, it's a part of UX design. So you need to know both of this knowledge. And of course, definitely for those of you who just started and you actually don't know what to do, what you need to learn, because in the internet, you can find thousands, hundreds hours of video, millions of articles, but no one tell you exactly what should you do, the steps that you need to go and finish. So so what will I be making as a UX UI designer? This is a big question, and here in this lesson, we're going to answer on this question. And let's get started. So this is, I would say, regular workflow of UX designer, UX UI designer, and here you can learn what to do. So let's start with the persona. So as a UX designer, we are must to understand the user and the people that we want to create the solution. So a persona is a fictional character which the designers build as a sort of user stereotype. It represents the typical user, their goals, motivation, frustration, and skills. Other information such as demographic and education background complete the persona. Depending on the scope of the project, designers will generate a number of different persona to capture as wide part of the audience as possible. And of course, we can see the two types of persona. So we can see this girl and the boy with the dog. So first, we want to understand the age, the job status, and location. Also, it will be interesting the favorite brands that he or she used. Also, a small story, the goals that she wants to achieve, the pain points, of course, motivation and personality. So why do we need to create it? You think, first of all, because you need to emphasize your user. You need to understand what their motivation, what their goals, what they want to do, what their main problem. So when you create this persona, then you can refer to it and understand what she wants, how she will act or he will act in this situation. So this is gives you some sort of feeling of how this user will, how this person will interact with your product. So this is a first step and the most crucial, because user experience, it means, so it's all about user and his experience and his life. Okay, let's go next. So then
I ask you, how do you find out who is your persona? It's like
okay,
only on the stereotypes, or some maybe marketers give
this
this
is
up?
a good question. I think first of all, when if you are freelance UX designer or you are working in a company, someone came to you and said that we need to create websites for our businesses. And then you should ask, so if you have a business, who is your regular customer? So how old is she? What education? How much money do they usually have to spend for your product? And then you try to understand and collect more information from the client. Then you go to the, for example, social media, where when you understand your target audience, you can get some information in social media like Facebook, LinkedIn, or any other that you think will help you. So yes, this is one way how to understand the persona. You also can for example, if it's a local shop and you sell the furniture, you can go to this shop and look by yourself who regularly goes to this shop. You also can ask some questions, so then you can understand who is your persona. Please. Am I answering your question?
Yeah, thank you. Thanks.
Good. Any other question?
Not yet. Let's move on.
Good. Storyboard. Okay. So a storyboard is an idea borrowed from the movie industry. Okay. Like this. From the movie industry essentially consists of a comic strip outline the user action and circumstances under which these are performed. The power of this idea is that it doesn't only demonstrate what the user does, but it also reveals the environment which might be effective, how or why the user does something. Yeah, when we think about user, when we understand who is our user, we actually can, I think how or where he will need our services. For example, if it's an application where you need to buy the chair for your birthday party, for example, first, what will he do? So, for example, this persona will think about, okay, I need two more chairs and I want to buy. So you think about where's the problem start. So the problem is that this person need chair, and you as a UX UI designer need to provide the solution. So you create the website or application to create where this person can find this chair and buy it. So the problem is that I need a chair for the birthday, and the end of this goal when I order my chair. So I need to think where this problem appear, in what time. So you need to think about the story, how I will um, um, how I will buy this chair, and when, and what's the main reason why I'm buying this chair. So the storyboard, something like this. I think this is also a big part for another course about storyboard, but it's very helpful to understand the steps that takes to order the chair, for example. Any questions so far?
No. Okay, I will have a question, but I will ask it later.
Yeah. Good. Yep. Customer journey map. So customer journey map is a diagram that represents the steps that takes by user to meet a specific goal. By laying the process out along a timeline, designer can understand the changes in the user context and their motivation, problem, and needs along the way. By identifying the major stumbling block for user, the designers can better rely to their problems and begin to see where a product or service might fit along the way to help the user. So let's look at the right part of our slide. We can see our user. So this is a persona. Here we can see the motivations and goals that we need, and stages. For example, we should understand, for example, first stage in our example for furniture website. So think, first the problem, I think that I need more chairs. So this is what I'm thinking about. Then what I'm doing, I'm trying to find it in the search engine. So buy two chair, touch point. So touch point, it means that he or she will find me in the social media or in the browser from search engine direct. And experience, for example, what attract my attention, why I choose this link or why I choose this ad. And feeling. So when I see, for example, modern chair that I'm really want, I feel that nice. I want to click and read more about this. So this is how he goes to. This is what he feels, and this is what makes his decision to go further. The same here, we can find that after he find us, he will go to the website. And again, we continue. So what he think about our website, what he doing there, our touch point, experience and feelings. Then when he order it, and again, we continue to do this. And in each step, we should understand what he feels, think, doing, and experience. And of course, does he or she like it or not? So something like this. Yeah, I think that UX UI design or UX designer is more about user needs and product objectives, because you can create beautiful, very nice design, I think, website or app, but it doesn't serve any needs for the user, so it means nothing. So you need to find the big problem and give the solution. So the task of UX designer is to solve the problem. So the UX designer is a more solve problem person than the artist. So it's definitely not about arts. UX designer don't paint. UX designer don't do visual graphics. He can, but this is not the main, not the main skills that he used. So the UX designer use different techniques and methodology to solve complex problem, and like design thinking, or human-centered design. So this is a framework to solve the big problem. So this is some quote about me, that UX designer helps the user interact with the technology using a graphical interface to solve specific problem at the moment. That is, in fact, he's an intermediary between a person and a computer. So yeah, I like to see at this job like this. So we help user to to fulfill their needs using the interface in apps or website. But if you are a UX designer, you can apply your knowledge to any. It isn't just technology. I mean, digital technology. It can be anything. I mean, um, to create a chair, it's also a user experience. So how you see it, do they like the color? So who will buy it, and any other stuff. Yeah, and brainstorm. So the brainstorm is a process whereby a team of designers generate ideas about how to address the issue and opportunities and identified in the user research phase. The concept here highest on the generation of as many ideas as possible. Yeah, so we need to create as many ideas as possible to solve our problem. And so this is the main goal of brainstorm. And here you can see that we have hundreds. We have many stickers where we try to tell our ideas, to write down our ideas. And then after this, when we generate many ideas, then we need to prioritize them. But this is the next step. But it doesn't matter, is it a good idea or is it a bad idea? The main purpose is to generate idea. So maybe in future we will throw these ideas in the garbage bucket, but then there are no good or bad ideas. There are just ideas. Yeah. So we generate some ideas, we prioritize this. We need to understand that what should we have. This is like informational architecture or sitemap. So so you might have come across sitemap while browsing different sites. Like physical map, they help you find your way through a website. So UX designer often creates similar sitemap to show the hierarchy and navigation structure of a website or application. Such maps are often produced for mobile apps as well. They show how the content will be organized into logical screens or section, and how the user may transition from one section of your service to another. At this image, you can see that we have home page and the other page. So it can be services, portfolio, contact, about, and main page and other. So your task is just to understand the structure. How many page will your site consist of? So how and what you want to show on this page. And it will be easy for you because on the previous step, you understand who is your person, you understand where he will use it, then what problems he has, and you generate many ideas. So how can you fulfill this problem, how this need, and then you understand that to fulfill this need, I need to create a website where my user can buy the chairs for his birthday. Yep. User flow. So user flow, a little bit similar for storyboard. No, not storyboard. Brainstorm. Customer journey map. Yeah, but here you want to understand. So when you want to understand your perfect flow, I mean, from having the need to buying the product. So it can be like he starts here, then he go to the about page, read about our website, read about our products, go to the catalog, searching, filter some item by chairs, maybe you need different type of chairs, then he filter it, then he choose it from aggregated um, list of aggregated item, then he check the specific one, then he read uh, reviews and decide to buy it. So he press buy, connect the card, and pay, and waiting for delivery. So this is a user flow. This is a one of the maybe one of the user flow. And your task is to create the best user flow and the worst user flow. So this is some kind of help you to understand, is it really solve the problem? Do you really help to buy the product? So if you create all these pages, all this functionality, and it's create the main needs to buy the product, so you are succeed. Wireframe. Yeah, so just as a sculptor creates a wireframe before slapping on clay to craft the statue, an interface designer to create a wireframe before editing in the details. So wireframes are the first interface-related deliverables in the UX design process and are just a step away from the surface layer and visual design. They are first tangible elements of the proposed ideas and solutions. Yeah, so after we understand the user flow, we understand what pages do we need. And then we can create a wireframe. It's a low fidelity wireframe. You can draw it. Of course, you can use different software to create it, but I advise to draw it first because it's more interesting way. Plus, you can easily to get rid of it, or you can change your mind easily, or you can discuss it, add more modules, cards to this website. So this is one way of wireframing, and this is second kind of middle fidelity wireframe. And here you can see that we have a general structure of our app. So just two way of wireframing. Yep. Prototypes. So when you create your wireframe, you want to prototype. You want to see how your user goes from step by step. You also can create some interaction like animation or something that will amaze your customer. So a prototype is a simulation of the product or solution you want to build. It is an early version of the product or feature with which people can interact. Prototypes allow you to bring your ideas close to the life before investing time and energy to build the real thing. You can test your idea with real people to identify friction point and iterate on your design without having to write a single line of code. Common type of prototype include low fidelity and high fidelity wireframe. So yeah, we as a UX designer, we want to create the prototype and test it early in the stage. We don't need to spend thousands of dollars to code it and then test it. We should do it on early stages. Then we can iterate it again and create the more successful and better user experience. And finally, finally, we create mockups. So even though mockups looks like a screenshot from a complete real app, they are a little more than images. Unfortunately, many clients seems to believe that at this stage, you must be really close to actually finish the whole project. So be careful to make it abundantly clear that these are little more than good looking visuals with no code behind them. Yeah, if you work as a freelance UX designer, clients expecting for you beautiful mockups that will amaze your client, nice colors and typography. Definitely, you should know how to do this. Definitely, it should be in your design. But before to create beautiful mockup, you should understand that is it really solves the problem? Is it really solve the needs of user? So so the most important steps is that we take before, and mockups it's just a final result that I think takes maybe 20% of your work time. Yep. So any questions?
Yeah, we have some questions still. From our live chat, should we know how to provide code with Java, C# or other?
As a UX designer, you shouldn't know the front end and back end development. It's you should focus more on problem solving skills. So the languages that you use you can create the web page, but the main value of UX designer is a methodology that he used to solve a different problem. And maybe in future, if you want, you can be generalist. It's a person who can design and code, but no one will require this type of skills if you apply for UX UI role.
Thank you. And we have also a question about how do you build a portfolio, but I think it will be the next step in your presentation.
Yep. Yeah, so if you want to break into the UX field, you'll mostly like to have heard of the term UX design portfolio. Through your portfolio, you summarize yourself as a UX designer. You introduce yourself and showcase a few case study of your past project to highlight what you can do, demonstrate how you approach problems, and show some of your work process and result. So yeah, as you know, to get a UX and to get the job in this field, you need to have a portfolio. This is a crucial part. I think no one's get hire you without the UX portfolio. And so here you can see the portfolio on the Behance. So this is one way of showing your portfolio. And here's your personal website. I think this is the best solution, but it can be Behance. I also don't have a personal website right now, but it is in the process. It will be amazing, I think. And yeah, but this is really the topic to discuss. So let's apply our knowledge as a UX designer, and let's all understand who our target user. So we want to create a UX portfolio for whom. So I think this is a three types of user. It's a human resource professional. This is a senior UX designer that works in this company, and it can be art director or a project manager. So it can be art director or project manager. So this is our target audience. Let's think about, let's emphasize to them and think about what they want to see, what they want to find in your portfolio. So first, they want to see that you understand, so you can solve the problem. So you're not just creating beautiful visuals. You know that you understand the problem and you solve it. So to understand the problem and solve it, you need to know special techniques to solve it. So first of all, you should show that so what this project about. Then you need to show your work process. Senior UX designer will be very interesting how you solve the problem. What methods do you use to solve the problem? So, and here you need to show it. So to show how you do it and what result did you get. And this is the type of information what I'm looking. Also, it's for me and as a senior UX designer, crucial to understand, is this person really fits the company culture? Is he, does he want to grow? What his ambitions? And is this was real project or not? So you might think, okay, if I create a portfolio, if I create a UX design portfolio, so, and I don't have real client, okay, so this is not a big problem. I think if you shows your knowledge and you show how you solve your presentation skills and your personality, I will feel in your work, so you will get this job. And there are special, there are a worksheet where you just can follow and create a design portfolio. And we also discuss it on our course. As you can see, it's just brief information about each steps, but in our academy, we understand how to how we can, what methods we need to use, how we will use them, and how we can present it to human resource professional or senior, that he understand that I want to hire this person, I want to work with him. Yep. Any other questions?
Not yet. I guess we have some more questions about the interview, but I guess we will leave it till the end of the webinar to discuss like everything in common.
The presentation is finished right now. I think it will be good, guys, if you ask some questions. I can answer them, and then we proceed with building simple simple web page, not the whole web page because we have limited time, but we will create, I will create with you the hero section, and I'll discuss how to do this.
Okay, I guess we can answer a few questions. The first is, do you need a formal education degree? Do you need to finish some university to get a UI UX designer job?
No, you don't. It is good if you have it, but I don't think it's crucial to have a formal degree. One thing that you should have, you should love your job. I think you should love UX design. You should always be patient about it. You should always learn new things and continuously grow and grow and grow, and understand what is UX. Always try to understand who is UX designer, what his responsibility, how can I improve myself, how can I help businesses to grow. I think the most value, if you can solve the problem for business, you don't need the education. You just need to apply your knowledge. So many companies, they in their requirements, you won't find that you need a formal degree. Of course, there are some requirements in company, but I think the most company doesn't need degree.
Also, someone asks, what are the main skills for UI UX designer? Yes, about soft skills, both soft and hard skills.
Yeah, definitely the main, I think you should concentrate on the soft skills. You need to learn active hearing, if I'm pronouncing it right, active hearing. So you need to hear your client, hear your user, you need to ask the right question, you need to be communicable. This is, you need to be patient. I think this is the soft skills that are very important in the UX UI design, because you always work with people, with customers, stakeholders, clients, users, and many others, developers, sales person. So yeah, the soft skill is crucial. I think it's more important than knowing Figma or Photoshop. Of course, you need to know these tools, no doubt. But if you have soft skills, and if you have a very good soft skill, and you have not good knowledge of Figma, this is not a big deal. You can learn it, and but soft skills, it's harder to learn. Also, I think you need to know the different technique of design thinking and methodology, how to generate good ideas, how to evaluate your ideas, how to prioritize them. So this is a different frameworks that you should know how to apply them. And for example, like design thinking. They consist of 5 steps. It's a emphasize, um, identify, ideate, prototype, and test. So this is a framework, and this framework consists of different deliverables that you should show to your clients. Yeah, so different methodology like this.
Also asked what kind of educational background is good for a designer? For example, psychology, cultural studies, marketing, etc. Maybe something else.
I can tell what is my degree. My degree is I'm a navigator, so I'm a seaman. So, but it doesn't help me to um, to get this job, as you can understand. I think that if you have degree in cognitive psychology, behavioral psychology, brain psychology, this is a very good start. I think because it's related to each other. And I think that if you really like psychology, any type of psychology, I think, then this means that you want to understand the people, the human. So you will apply this understanding to your user. And definitely, if it's a user experience design, you need to know the basics, laws of psychology. It's not crucial from the very beginning to know them, but if you want to be a like kind of unicorn or the best of the best user experience designer without psychology and understanding the cognitive, especially psychology, it will be hard to get, but it takes time. No one demand from you that you have a bachelor degree in psychology, cognitive, or any other. But if you have, I think it's a good start. And the UX UI design, it's the right place where you can, I think, transfer. This is a good transition from psychology. But any other degree or education also will fit.
And we have one more question in our registration form. How should I make myself unique in UI UX?
Unique. I think we are all unique, but it's all about your passion. If you really like what you do, if you are really enjoy and you can do it every day, and you're I mean not tired, you can spend many hours for learning, for working, experimenting, and it's not hard for you, so you will succeed, you will be unique, you will be very good profession because you love it. And of course, it's consistent study. You need to go deeper than others, UX UI designer. You need to find good research skills to find the thing that you need. For example, there is a question or client comes to you and say, how can I increase the sales of this chair for $1,000? Then you need to dig deeper and understand why he wants to sell it, why people don't buy it, how you can influence on people using the interface, how you can influence by the word. And the deeper you dig, the better you are as a designer, and the better solution you can find. Of course, collaboration, I think, also very important. You need to understand how to collaborate with people, and if you have some leaders skills, or at least some somewhere deep inside you have them, but you need to grow them. So this is also will be good because a UX designer also a good facilitator. He can bring a lot of people together and guide them to the right solution using the different frameworks like design thinking or blueprinting. So he also facilitate the ideation step or any other. So I think this is the main thing that make you unique or professional.
And we have a more personal question about your own experience. How do you think for you personally, what are the pluses and minuses of working as a UI UX designer?
Pluses, minuses. First of all, I think my best plus because I'm actually like the psychology, and this is the place where I can learn about this, and people pay me for this. I love it, so I just do what I love. I continuously grow in this, and people pay money for this. And actually, it's I'm very happy. So I will do this even if no one pays me. I will learn about psychology. I will learn about technology, and someone want to pay me. Okay, so I will do it with money. I think this is the big plus. The minus of working as a UX UI designer.
Something like, what do you hate in this job?
I hate visuals. I mean, I don't like the brand thing. I know it's a crucial, but I also know that I can tell people that okay, so we want that this brand feels like a luxury. We want these colors here. We want this kind of logo, and it should feel. But I don't like do this. I don't like to make a advertisement cards. I hate it. I just hate it. I'm ready to pay someone to do this, but I don't like it. Crucial part of you should know how to do this. And actually, I start from doing this job and get a lot of knowledge. But then I decided that I like to solve the problem, but I don't like make a visual design.
And this is a question about visual design in our live chat. Is the UI UX designer also responsible for the final version of the interface of the product, graphic design?
Interesting question. I think let's divide it into two parts. So if you're freelance designer, yes, you are responsible. And you're responsible from the first step to the last step for this whole the process. And actually you can skip, for example, you will skip storyboard, you will skip maybe user flow, something like this. You can skip the steps because no one pay you for this. But if you work in a big company, you can be UX UI designer, and maybe you will create a prototype, but other person will create UI for this beautiful, nice, good arranged UI. If you work in a big company, so they divide professions into UX and UI. So you're responsible for analyzing, you're responsible for creating wireframes, but someone else responsible for making it beautiful. Of course, I think that UX designer should know how to create it and beautiful. And UX designer should have got, I mean, he need to understand what is beautiful in this area, how people treat it. So he should have this feeling of, okay, so this is beautiful. This is what people will like. This is something new, and you need to understand how to create beautiful things. But yeah, it depends of if you freelance designer, yes, you should make the visuals. If you work in a big company, maybe you will get this, maybe not, depends on you. So it depends what will you put in your portfolio and your resume.
Okay, I see. Thank you. We have some more questions, but they're related to the employment, actually to interview. I guess we will leave it till the end. And now we will do the practical part of this webinar.
Yes, so of course, guys, you can see. Yep. So I made this presentation in Figma. Figma is the one of the tool that you need to create visual design, wireframes, prototype, and presentation like this here. So I want to start and create new page. Name it home. Yeah, so what I want to create, it's to show you the creation of the mockups. So as a most exciting thing in UX, I think, not most, but people like it and clients like it. So if you want to find your first client, you should start. Okay, I just gonna tell you how I work, and you will just see. So first, we need to create a frame, and the frame will be 1920. This is a regular size of the monitor, the computer. I think 16, 17. And then yeah, and what we're going to create, we're going to create a homepage for furniture website. And first, what I need to create a grid layout, and it will be column and not 5 column. Yep, this is good. Then let's create some menu, and so we should have about products. Products. And location. Yeah, so we need to just to understand what page do we need. We can understand it from this stage, from the sitemap. So when we understand what page do we need, then we create our navigation. So this will be our navigation. And we will do 20 pixels. That will be good. And distance between them like this. Like this. Okay, let's create our logo. I think we're not going to spend a lot of time for our logo. Just For sure. Then let's go to type for this. And then maybe um, I think yeah. So we also know that we need to have a search engine in our website. For example, if I know what exactly I want and I don't want to go around the website, I just want to type chair and I will see the chair. So I need the search. And for search, I need the plugin. In Figma, we can have different plugins that can serve our needs. For example, this plugin all about the icons. Let it be like this. And what I want to do, I want to make a comment, for example, to like this. Yeah, so the size of, we need to think about the size of this search. It shouldn't be less than 25 pixels because it will be hard to press. I think somewhere here. We also need another type of navigation, I think, where we can search all other page. So it will be sidebar, right sidebar, and color. This black. Like this. So of course, as a UX UI designer, you can't just say, okay, I want this color to be on our website or application. It always, we need to follow the psychology of color. For example, you can see that blue color, dark blue, it refers to more corporate, to more professional. For example, so I want it to be like a feeling of professional, but also a little bit playful. So we can use blue and yellow. I think because yellow feels like playful and so let it be like this. Also want to make the menu here. Let it be like this. Okay, I like this one. Let's change the color for menu. Let's change the color for that. And check how it's gonna look. We also can use our rulers just to see is it aligned right. For example, like this. I want it to be bigger. Something like this. And then to that center. So, good. Okay, so first we can see that now we have our menu. Distance between, I don't like it. Let's make it bigger. Search. Okay. Like this. Furniture. What color? Maybe yellow that I want. Like this. That one. So it will be like this for now. Then we will check later what color will we use. Okay, and then I will create one rectangle like this. Like this. No, like this. And the text rectangle. Looks good. I need some images. That's good. This one is nothing. So images. And then I want to find my image. File format not recognized. Why? Okay, IKEA. Okay, okay. What about this one? Save image as. The same. Oh no.
IKEA doesn't want us to use.
You copy this image.
Forbidden.
About that one. What about this one? Same images. That's much cool. Let's add some yellow. Did you want it? I want to steal this color. Okay, fill. Let's let's start this. So kind of. And then we will pass this in. Like this. Maybe Mhm. Okay, so good so far. Now we have navigation, search, left, right sidebar. What else? And I think this is from our previous example, we also understand that our user use some Twitter, Instagram for Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube for searching the good furniture. So we will add icons thing because it's important. Icons on YouTube. YouTube. Widely. Um, then Instagram. And this. And then let's make it do and here as well. And Twitter. This was good. Distance between them 100 pixels. Too big. What about 25? Yeah. What distance? Our call to action, I think, will be yellow. Like this. Okay. Like this. Okay. So what we sell, standing wing chair. So let's find the wing chair. The size. Let's start with PD. What's that? Mm, yeah, to find the good typography, this is a, I think, a question. Just we can spend a lot of time for this. I'm not sure which one. Maybe Vatican. Oh, Vatican is okay. I want it to be bigger. Maybe one. Nature. Okay. Like this. This is a will be in category stand DOM thing. Stand type of this chair. But the size light plus maybe 30. 30. No, it's not okay. Stand, this. Mm-hmm. 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 Like this. It's not contrast. Mhm. Let's look what we have without grid and using the prototype. It's always too good to see your progress. For example, prototype. See it. I want to understand how users will feel this page. Okay, back. Okay. Mhm. Now we have the name of this chair, and actually why do we use this image? Because we want that user understand from the very beginning that he opened the furniture website, and definitely it should be furniture. And we know that from the psychology that users spend from 3 to 15 seconds to understand will he will go further and work and find this something on this website. Actually, I noticed that here's a little bit not aligned, and plus I don't like this search. It's actually not consistent our design. Let's go back. Let's find another search. Search, and I want it to be like this. No, this one. And 16 is 25. I noticed that I'm in the dark right now. Okay, that would be like this. Okay, so now we need to explain what we offer, or just explain some feeling, what you want to, what do you, will you feel? If you don't like this dark color, maybe it should be a little bit better. Let's go. That would be this one. What about if we make it medium? Yeah, it looks better. And check can you thing. 25. Okay, so let's type some text. First, we will turn on our grid. I delete. Okay. Mhm. When we need to have this grid, because first of all, I need to follow the rules, and the rules is that we can divide this section. So here we can see 4 column object. Here we can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and So it helps me in the future. It helps me to make my website consistent. Okay, let's type some text. Okay, I think it should be 25 maximum. So text should fit in this 4 column. 25. Okay. Okay. I'm not sure what I want to type here, but I have special plugin for in this case. For example, I choose, then I want to put lorem ipsum around it. Like this. So sentence, I think 2 maximum. Generate. It shouldn't be bold, right? I want to make it bigger because I see it's down here. A little bit space between objects. And this is related to each other. Like this. Then we need to put the call to action button. So it will be this by now. By now. Then I can add it to auto layout. Central. And then add stroke or fill. And choose the yellow. Not this one. No button here. Okay. One good thing about auto layout that you can create any button, and for example, when you delete or add something, it responds to your text, so you don't need to create it again. So this is the good way to create buttons in Figma. And I want to make it bigger in 15 and 15 here. And this kind of big button. I put it here by now. And it also will be good if I have video that we can check. So let's first find icon, play. Okay. 1 second, guys. I just turn on my light because I forget it about this. Oh, now it's good. Okay, 25. Watch video. Video. So it will be good that we have we know that people like to see videos and they like to interact with the product. So we also can ideate and think about will it be good if we add a 3D object of this furniture? Maybe it will be good, and maybe this is how we can be better than our competitor. Right now, watch. Okay. So what else do we need? I want that we have that we show the arrow that shows that you can scroll down. Again, arrow. Okay, let's find the best one. This one is good, I think. That's more. Yeah, so when you can see this arrow, you will scroll, and I also want that on this screen people can see the other product on the first page. So first, let's check how it looks on our. I'm not sure about this blue. Actually, a logo could be better, but I don't want to spend a lot of time for this. This should branding company do this. What about if we remove this one and we move it a little bit? Yeah. Yeah. Okay, let's see. Mhm. And what about if we change the background for a little bit? No, not like this. Like this. It's okay. And slider. So I want another button. I want it to have stroke without fill. And next. Next. I also want to add arrow. Just we can try this one. I'm not sure it's good, but let's try. How to layout. Let's edit. And then we'll show the next slider. Next page with a furniture thing. Maybe like this. Button. Button looks. Six. 47. And let's find another. But in my mind, I can see that we have some interactions. So when I hover on this area, we can see, so the arrow is moving and the button is somehow interacting with the user. So it has different states: active, disabled, and this kind. I can show it right here, but when I will prototype and show it, it will be nice. So furniture. Let's look further. Furniture and what it should be. Yellow we have already. Let's find something like that. Something more interesting. More interesting. Yellow. Not here. This one looks good. I hope we can download it. Should work. And paste it here. Can be a bit bigger. Here we can turn on our grid. Maybe like this. Let's check. Okay. So guys, what do you think about this design? Is something missing or you want to add more detail?
Looks nice, but I'm not a designer. Maybe, maybe I'm mistaken.
What?
I guess it has everything I need as a customer. I can watch the video. I can buy this chair. I don't know, maybe nothing else. Price.
Price you will see when you press the buy now.
Yes,
Then there is another page where you will read more about this chair, about the delivery, and other information. Yeah, but
I guess it's fine. It looks really great. Nice, this page.
okay, guys. So last chance for question, and we're going to finish.
Okay, we have some question. Do we need something more as knowledge than the target group, app structure, links, etc.? For example, sorry, I don't see the question clearly. Project funding, strategy, plan, and benefits. Is it a standard part of the entire process to deal with? Do you need to know about the strategy and something else?
It is very good if you know about this one. I think if you know about strategy, and of course, if you take part in talking with the stakeholder, what's their business need, what's their future plans, with branding, then you understand your service much more better. But it's not crucial, I think. It's good to have, it's good to know, but you can create it even without this information. It depends what you want to create. So it's a website, yes, you can do it without this. If you take part in creating new type of business or new service, If you have already you have service and you want to create something new or fulfill another need, so yeah, of course you need to know the branding, you need to know the future company's plans. If I understand correct the question.
And one more question about the employment after the course and about the course itself. How many projects will we do during this course for our future portfolio? And do you think it will be possible to find some entry-level job after this course? This is about Sweden, in Sweden, but I guess it depends on every country. How easy it is to start to work as a UI UX designer after the course when you don't have an experience? And what about the projects for the future portfolio?
Yes, so I think minimum you need to have 3 work in your portfolio for applying to new role. But the most crucial part of it that it should be UX case. So it should show that you know what UX UI is about. You have some skills and you know some methodology, and it is good to show it to the company, to the human resource person. I think to start work as a junior UX designer, it's not hard. You also need to create a resume, and we will help you to create resume. We also will guide you in these steps. Plus, sometimes I know that on our school we have the real client. If I remember, I heard that real clients just ask to create websites for them, so you can have a real work in your portfolio and good experience. I think 4 months it's enough to get knowledge for junior UX UI designer, and then you can start to apply to a different company, and the 3 work in your portfolio will be enough.
Thank you. And I guess the last one is about actually the interview. People are asking how an interview should be conducted to get a job as a UI UX, what you have to show to your future employer, and how to find the right questions, the right answers when it's your first interview for this job.
Yeah, good question. So first of all, you need to know your company. You need to understand the value, not the value, the mission of this company. You need to understand what you need to show that you are interesting in this company by asking question, by showing that you know something about this company, and you fit to the company culture. This is very important thing that a lot of people miss. They think about their UX, UI skills, portfolio. This is important, of course, but people looks for a person who will fit in their culture, who will contribute, and people that I will please to work with. So this is so read about the company that you apply, show your that you understand the company, you understand their mission, you are actually like the company and the way how they work and excited to work with them. Then show your proficiency, so you can just to show that you have knowledge in this area and you can help to this business. For example, if they're creating websites, you can say that I can help to create a website for you. I have experience in this, and I think I will be a good part of your team because I can contribute this knowledge, these skills. and they will appreciate it. I hope I answered your question.
Yeah, and for sure this will be the last one, and we will finish because it's really too late already. What related subjects are good for improving as a UI UX designer? You mentioned behavioral psychology, maybe some other key discipline.
What other, can you come again, please?
Maybe marketing, I don't know, like something else that influences your job, like a UI UX designer. You told that knowing the psychology is important. Maybe some other fields, yeah.
Yeah, psychology, it's a good, for example, knowing of code, for example, knowing of possibility of different kind of programming language. You shouldn't know how to program, but you should know what you can do with this program language. So it will help you because then you as a designer can create everything. But developers, for them, it can be, for example, time consuming, or it will be very expensive to do. So you need to know that where I can create this functionality with this language. So I think just the basic knowledge of language, programming language will be good, will be a big plus. Then if you good knowledge, good to have this kind of knowledge when you know how businesses works. Also, what else? I think the marketing also interesting field, because in marketing you can understand how can you influence people. So maybe not maybe, but it will, if you create websites and you create it alone without any other help of marketer or salesperson, so it will be good to have the of basic knowledge of marketing. Yeah, something like this.
Okay, thanks. And I guess we will finish now. Alex, thank you for this amazing performance today. Maybe the last words for someone to encourage our listeners to go to this field and to study.
Yeah, the UX, I think UX UI design, it's a big field, and if you really decided to learn this new set of skills, I think Beetroot Academy can help you to get all this knowledge, because we work together in the team. We in our regular basics, we do everything. We creating the interview sitemaps and everything that you need. In our course, you will see how can we do this, and you will understand the flow. After understanding, you can show your proficiency talking with the human resource senior designers, and plus you will get a very good UX design portfolio that will give you chance to get a new job in these fields, and you don't need to spend years by yourself. I think it's a good investment because we collect all the information, all the knowledge that businesses requires. I mean, business in UX UI, so we can share it with you. And if you want to join us, we are glad to have you on board.
Thank you. Yes, and Alex will lead the next group. So welcome if you're excited about UI UX design. Thank you, Alex, once again.